are the best venues to listen to live music in the Roanoke Valley?
Stay tuned to find out. Hey, I'm Hal Cohn.
And I'm Chris Cohn with Cohn Realty Group, and we have a special guest.
Hi. Yay. Thanks for having me on. I'm Wayne Anderson, president and owner of Dr. Pepper Park at the Bridges.
I'm so excited.
We are so excited to bring to you today the best music venues, large, medium, and outdoor. And that's why we've got Waynette here with us today.
Absolutely. And we'll get to her in just a minute with Dr. Pepper Park, and you'll hear all about it, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But I want to tell you that when we were doing research for this, it was just amazing how many venues and opportunities that you'll have here in the Roanoke Valley to hear some great music. And you know, looking back at my ticket stub diary, yes, I have one. Do you have one?
Oh yes, I have boxes and boxes of all my memories and all my backstage passes and
there you go.
picks and string cases and all the things that I collected over the years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really special because there's nothing like the power of music to bring people together. I mean, it builds community, it just makes life feel good. And I'm looking back, like Dave Matthews, Rolling Stones, Allman Brothers, all these bands that we've had the opportunity to see. And then now here in Roanoke, we have more and more acts coming, and it's just been fantastic. We're gonna start out with those larger complexes right now that you can hear some great music and that draw some pretty big shows. We've got Berglund Center, which is in the heart of Roanoke, and we also have the Salem Civic Center.
Yeah, and on this property of Berglund Center, you also got the Performing Arts Center there as well. And inside of there, you've got comfy chairs, smaller stage, more intimate venue. But you know, we've always heard that because we're on that I-81 corridor going up to the northeast, we actually get some pretty big acts that come through here based on location, and then also, we'll talk about it later, the outdoor venue with Dr. Pepper Park, just because they've got mad skills at finding good talent to bring to the area.
That's right. And who wouldn't want to come to the Valley and perform? I mean, really.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful because we have Berglund Center and Salem Civic Center and these other venues we're going to talk about, it really draws people from outside this area, and this is a mecca for music. So let's talk about Berglund Center. It houses, or seats I should say, over 10,000 people. It's a multi-purpose arena, and it houses lots of things like typical shows that you would imagine, and home and garden shows, and
the Rail Yard Dogs hockey, I nailed it. Way to go, Hal. So they play there at the Berglund Center. And then, of course, we've got different performers that come through, right? So back in the past, Elvis Presley came through and performed at the Berglund Center.
Elvis Presley.
Yeah, one of my favorite groups, Alabama.
Oh, we did see Alabama there. That's right. And we saw Lauren Daigle. I took my daughter there to see Lauren Daigle. That was a phenomenal show.
And she got to see Yanni at the Performing Arts Theater there.
That was, yeah, it was very good. They have a variety of kids shows too, but really sticking with the music, the list goes on and on. I'll just pull out a few. Patti LaBelle, George Thorogood, Tracy Lawrence, and Clay Walker, and also James Taylor. That's one of my favorites. So transitioning over to Salem Civic Center, smaller venue, right? But love that Salem has one, and it's just as close. So you can choose between the two based on their acts.
Yep.
Some of the names that they've pulled, and which one did we love?
Billy Currington, baby.
Yes, country. If you like country
good directions.
that was really good. Jamie Johnson, Alice Cooper.
Who knew?
Travis
Salem?
Tritt. Yeah, Travis Tritt. Casting Crowns. So Roanoke Symphony Orchestra uses a lot of these venues as well. Like at the Salem Civic Center, they've had Neil Diamond, and they have Eagles coming up, that tribute. So that would be really cool. And also King and Country is coming, and they have a beach blast, which I think is this weekend at time of filming.
It is, yeah. So they're bringing in the beach music folks to help get us prepared for spring, because we've had a cold little winter this year, which is atypical, but people are looking forward to the spring warmth and good vibes of beach music. Okay, so let's jump from the large venues to the mid-sized venues where you get more intimate experience and different types of performances, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love that. Being able to see the artist, smell the artist, feel it. I like it. I like it. So the two we're going to talk about is the Harvester and also Jefferson Center, and they have Schaffman Performance Hall. So these are two really great venues and opportunities, again, for you to see some great music. Let's talk about the difference.
Yeah, so Harvester is down south of Roanoke a little bit, down in Rocky Mount. It's a quick little drive, and they used to have a shuttle down there from Roanoke, if I remember correctly. But with COVID, I'm not sure if that still exists, but that's an opportunity for you to take the shuttle down. You can eat, drink, and be merry at the actual venue, and then they'll shuttle you back to Roanoke.
Yeah, and they have a capacity of about 700 people. So again, you're going to have this really nice experience with the artists and be able to hear it really well. They really specialize in focusing on all different kinds of genres. And so it just brings a taste of diversity to the surrounding areas. So that's really cool. So let's talk about some of the acts that have been there or are planned to be there.
So go ahead and read those off for us.
We've got Roseanne Cash, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Christopher Cross, which I missed out on. The Beach Boys were there, and also Steve Martin and Eli Young. So that's just a teeny tiny sampling of what has been at the Harvester. That's really gaining popularity, and it's attracting more and more artists. I'm really happy about that in our valley.
Yeah, so the other venue we're talking about is in Roanoke proper. That's the Jefferson Center. And with that, the history of that is in 1922 was a high school.
Yes.
And then it was repurposed and reutilized in 2001 to become what it is today, which is the Jefferson Center.
Yeah, so when the high school closed in about 1985, some Jefferson Center high school grads came together and tried to figure out how they wanted to repurpose the building. I love this.
Wow.
It was deteriorated, it was decrepit. They decided to make it house nonprofit organizations that really focus on music education and arts and things like that. I used to volunteer there with Clean Valley Council, awesome. And the renovations were absolutely incredible. So there's this large hall called the Fitzpatrick Hall, and in honor of Judge Fitzpatrick. And so that used to be the automobile repair shop. Love that history. And then Schaffman Hall is a performance hall, was designed and modeled after an English opera house. And like you said, it opened in 2001. So you've got a large variety of performances that happen here and music that happens. A sampling is Celtic Thunder. Yes, I'm all about
that. As long as they got bagpipes, she's there.
I don't know if they do, or if it's like Irish clogging.
Yeah, or if it's thunder, it could be like lots of drums,
I'm
maybe.
not sure. We should go. Roanoke Symphony Orchestra, again, Opera Roanoke used to do some performances here, if I'm not mistaken. I used to volunteer there too. Yasmin Williams, Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra. Tanya Tucker.
All right.
Yeah.
Miss Tanya.
Tanya Tucker. Welcome to Roanoke. And also Bella Fleck. So just a little, again, a small indication of what kind of performances that you would find at Jefferson Center and Harvester.
All right, so one of our favorite places to be is outside to see live music from spring all the way into the fall. And we've got a great guest today to start it off with the outdoor venues we're going to tell you about.
Yes, so let's talk about Dr. Pepper Park. And as we mentioned, we have Waynette Anderson here. So please tell us about Dr. Pepper Park, one of our favorite venues of all time.
Thank you so much, first of all, for all of your support over the years. From the very first year that we were in business, you all came out to shows, and so that means a lot to me.
So we appreciate it. We love it.
Thank you. We love it too. We just think it's a really nice place to be. It's really unique because it's situated on the Roanoke River, which there are no other live music venues that are on the water in the Roanoke Valley. And of course, you look up and you're right at the base of Mill Mountain, so you get the beautiful Mill Mountain Star illuminated. It always catches some of our artists off guard because they haven't seen the stage since sound check and it wasn't illuminated. Yeah. And sometimes they'll just stop like in the middle of the song and go, whoa, there's a big star there. So that's really neat. And it's kind of tucked back in there. So I mean, for me, even though I'm working, it feels kind of like you're on vacation.
Yes.
Because you're not like right in the center of things. Everything just kind of slows down. I like that Dr. Pepper Park is very social. So at other venues, like you usually get to your seat and you're like, I don't want to move because it's general admission, maybe gonna take my seat. So what's great is people can just move around and so many friendships have been formed at Dr. Pepper Park because they're like, hey, I'll ask people, how did you guys meet? Like, are you friends? Oh, we met at Dr. Pepper Park.
Wow.
And so it's pretty cool that, you know, a lot of people just kind of come together and support the park, and it's a great place to socialize and also listen to live music. So this is our 8th season.
Wow.
It's gone by quick, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
So it's our 8th season producing concerts at Dr. Pepper Park. Of course, our parent company, Sponsor Hounds, has been in business for 15 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we started doing events in the Roanoke Valley at some of the venues that you're going to talk about. And we rented the facilities and produced concerts and shows.
Okay.
But I realized early on that in order for the business model to be sustainable, I really need to have our own place so that we could control the schedule and we weren't competing for dates with other you know, promoters or events. And so that's when, you know, we started looking for our own property to build on. And so then Dr. Pepper Park was born. And you know, what I had been hearing from our community was that they wanted a higher frequency of events, not just like 1 or 2 concerts in the summer. You know, they wanted a lot of things to do because the people that love live music were going out of town. And of course, their tax revenue and their money was going out of town as well. So what we heard is that there were a lot of musical interests that weren't being served in the valley. They weren't getting enough rock, or they weren't getting enough of this or that. And so we were like, hey, we're going to listen to everybody and see what it is they want to do. We continue to listen to everybody. If you've ever sent us a Facebook message, you know we respond.
Great.
If you've ever asked a question on Facebook, we respond, and we really do appreciate the suggestions. Sometimes it's cost prohibitive for us to bring in certain artists because of our capacity, but we certainly do listen. And if it's somebody that we can't afford, we'll think of like, well, who can we afford that's in that same genre? That might, you know, and we're doing a lot of different things this year because we've just really listened to our community. You want to hear about our lineup so far?
I do. And let me tell you, when she says unique, the venue truly is. I mean, you're under the stars at night. Our weather is usually fantastic. I think it's just, it's been coincidental.
It's a lot of prayer.
Nice. I know.
That's a lot of prayer.
The thing that always amazes me is the fact that you could have a monsoon on the radar coming to Roanoke. And guess what? The concert still goes on, and it just completely stops raining whenever the artist comes out.
That's happened.
It's one of those things, and I don't know if it's where we're situated in the mountains. I do know that I have this agreement with God. Like, I don't complain about the weather any other time of year. I just get, let it rip. Whatever you want to do, God, just on it that days. And like literally I pray very specifically, but we have been, and Shannon, our box office manager, will tell you, we've been in the middle of one of those summer passing storms, and there has been like lightning that we could see all around us, but it never hits us. It's like, I don't know if we're, you know, protected for some reason, but we're certainly thankful.
Yes, absolutely.
And you're in your lawn chairs, and like you said, you can just gather and walk around, go to the vendors. And it's just this great atmosphere. It's large enough, yet it still feels like a community gathering spot. So yeah, tell us some of the shows.
Great. And I just want to say, like, it really wouldn't be that experience if it weren't for our team. We have a very consistent team that comes back year after year. So there's a consistent guest experience versus going someplace and then there's a different promoter running the event this time or that time. It's always a Dr. Pepper Park produced event, and so all of our team really care about your experience. So if there's anything that you're not happy with or you would like to see differently, we're there, available and present to be talked to at any time. And so people really like that, and you know, they come up and they give us a lot of compliments too, which are nice to hear. So far what we have announced, but we have a lot of announcements coming up, like 2-3 show announcements a week from now until May.
Holy Toledo.
Wow.
It's a lot. And so you guys are smart. You got your season passes.
Yes.
So you can come, if you have a season pass, you can come to all of the shows and festivals. Everything is included. And those are on sale right now at drpepperpark.com. We do have a lot of people from outside of the market that come to Dr. Pepper Park.
You were telling me that. What a draw for our area and our community. So yeah, come on down.
Yeah, we've been pairing a lot of our tribute series, Flashback Fridays, with the national acts so that we have 2 or 3 concerts each week. And what we're finding is people from out of town are like, hey, we noticed that you've got this, you know, Billy Joel tribute that's coming the night before. We're just going to go ahead and book 2 nights and stay longer, which is great for, you know, economic reasons for the Roanoke Valley. And so we're happy that that happens. So far we've announced in May, Granger Smith. And I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he also does like a Earl Dibbles Jr. So he has like this alter ego. So he kind of does like popular country. He's got a lot of hits, and then he does this Earl Dibbles Jr., which is kind of like, I don't know, what's it called? Like hip hop. I mean, he sort of does like this rappy version, like country and rap mix. So he's great. We're bringing back the Prince tribute, Dean Ford and the Beautiful Ones, in June. We've already announced our huge rock show, Cinderella's Tom Kiefer, LA Guns, and Faster Pussycat, all on the same night in June. The Outlaws, they're Southern rock superstars. They are amazing. We've actually brought them to Roanoke before for the Blue Ridge Bike Fest that we produced. And then Quiet Riot. We've got the Fleetwood Mac tribute band, Rumors, which everybody loves. That was the sold out ticket you saw before. They sell out every show. And there are people that just come to that show every year. Like, that's their jam. That's what they're coming to. It's never the same show twice. So if you've seen it before, they always mix it up. There's so much Fleetwood Mac music. We've got Aaron Lewis and the State Liners, which we just announced. That sold out last year, so he's coming back. We're bringing in Face to Face, which is a Billy Joel and Elton John tribute, which they're basically mirroring that very popular tour with the original artist. And so that's going to be great to see. Bee Gees tribute, Bee Gees Gold, they're flying in from Las Vegas. And they actually have a residency there in Vegas, and they're the best of the best. And we're going to do a big 70s night around that. And then the Pink Floyd tribute, Us and Floyd, they're bringing their Laser Light show. That's going to be a perfect fall evening. That's on September 23rd. You can check out our full schedule, which will be updated again, like every week. We're announcing new shows at drpepperpark.com or Dr. Pepper Park at the Bridges on Facebook.
So people should really go ahead and buy those tickets now, because a lot of these shows get sold out, right?
Yes, a lot of them get sold out. We do have limited capacity. So we recommend that you get your tickets in advance. And of course, if we happen to have a show move or cancel for any reason, we always do the right things with that. So our community knows that and appreciates that. And a lot of people don't know that we also enlist the help of area nonprofits and sports teams to help us with staffing. To run like the beer truck and the concessions area. And that's a paid volunteer program, and they also keep 100% of the tipped revenue for their organization. So
amazing. I love giving back to the community and listening to the community. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. And I mean, I just can't wait to go ahead and let's come on, May.
I know, I'm ready for it. Let's get it going.
We could have got that groundhog to cooperate,
That's
right? We could have done it a little bit earlier. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. I know you have a lot of other live venues to talk about, so I'm going to leave you to it.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's transition over from the awesome Dr. Pepper Park to another amphitheater style outdoor venue, which is Elmwood Park here right in downtown Roanoke.
Yeah, you can see the skyscrapers there behind us, and just how beautiful of a setting this is, if you can imagine it in the evening. But also they have lots of daytime activities too. There's so much around here. Of course, you've got everything that downtown has to offer, but there's also this is a 4,000 plus capacity amphitheater with grass terraces, which is really comfy and cozy. There's an art walk that's just adjacent to us over there. And you can play in the fountains down there. Bring a towel. Can you point to those at the bottom?
Oh, over there, yes.
Right there.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
But don't do that in the wintertime. You might be a little cold if they come on. You know, so we got snow in the background right now.
Yeah. And then we've got Peter Pan Park up there on the hill, which is behind the main library here. And it's just so beautiful. What a fun place to tromp around and play. Oh, there's even an ice skating rink, right?
Yep.
You've done that.
Rinks back there behind us. You see WDBJ representing back there.
Yes.
So you'll probably see some B-roll of that also. You know, and here you can see festivals. There's festivals that are here, not see them, but you can participate in festivals.
Yes.
You know, lots of different ones. And then you've also got some major acts that come through as well. So just last year we had Billy Idol.
right? And then there was Sheryl Crow, and the symphony has Symphony Under the Stars. I wanted to come to that. We'll have to do that.
Yep. And then also some of the local ballet companies
True.
will actually do performances up there too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is a multifaceted venue for you to get to enjoy activities, whatever that might look like for you throughout the year.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is certainly a stage that's used all the time. And right now it's used for putt-putt. Do you see that travel putt-putt?
Yeah.
That is so fun.
They have mobile putt-putt so they can move it around throughout the city. In the fall, they had it in various parks throughout downtown Roanoke, so you could actually play outside and enjoy the fresh fall airs.
Yeah. So, hey, let's talk about the newest one, which is the Coves Amphitheater at Smith Mountain Lake.
Yes.
That's really brand spanking new. In 2021, I believe, was their first season.
Well, I guess COVID, they were like, hey, we need an outdoor venue so we can participate and
Yeah.
actually enjoy some additional local music.
Yes.
So,
And they're bringing lots of good shows. It's nestled in a private community. And what I love is that the community emphasizes environmental friendliness.
oh, yeah.
So I
All
like
right.
that very much. But they pulled such acts like Bruce Hornsby and the Noisemakers. I wish I would have seen that.
Yes.
Kenny G, I think, is coming up this year.
Oh, boy.
And I like Kenny G. He mellows me out. I like that. The Mavericks, Jerry Douglas, and Michael Franti and Spearhead. We were gonna go see that one, right?
Yeah, because we need some good vibes from Michael Franti and
Yeah.
some good smiles, and laughter is always a good thing.
Yeah, but that should be
That's the pick-me-up music.
That's right.
Yeah.
So really neat amphitheater setting in Smith Mountain Lake. So that's a cool one. And let's talk about Daleville Town Center. You know, if you haven't seen our video on Daleville Town Center, so much to offer, and it's changed a lot since our video.
It has, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
growing.
You've got more opportunities for restaurants and the places to hang out. Then the amphitheater is still there, thriving throughout the summer months when they bring in like country music acts and
Right.
you know, you name it, you can find it there. And we always make the joke during spring, summer, fall here around Roanoke, you are not going to lack for things to do
No.
that meet your specifications.
Yeah, so let's dig into that because there are these more frequent events that take place kind of in a municipality. So
Mhm.
with Daleville Town Center, they have Party at the Pavilion and Flat Pickin' Fridays.
That's the country music right there, baby.
I think it's bluegrass. Please comment if you've gone to Flat Pickin' Fridays. Let us know because
Maybe
we have
I'm wrong.
not been. And then they have the summer concert series, which is really cool, and it's a covered performance stage, and they have lots of vendors, and it's just a really cool festival venue too.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I think about things like First Fridays here in Roanoke. And that is Party with a Purpose. In my research, I realized this. You know what's so cool?
No, what is so cool? Tell me. Tell us.
They make donations to nonprofits and charities, and they've given over 1.5 million in donations since First Friday's Party with a Purpose started in 1989. So
That's awesome. Way to go, First
Yeah.
Fridays.
I
And they
know.
actually shut down part of Franklin Road, so basically it's that party in the street.
yes, and
Street
it's
party.
for $5. I mean, come on.
And they have
That
beer
sounds
truck
so
too.
fun. Yeah. Friday, celebrate, 5 o'clock, $5. Yes, I'll do it. And then party in Elmwood. And that's like the best beach party is how it's coined. Those are Thursdays at 5:30. And again, $5 right here.
in Elmwood Park.
Yeah.
And then let's move over to Salem, the other municipality that's right beside Roanoke, which they have Salem After 5, which are on Friday nights,
Yes.
starting at 5 o'clock.
I
And
think
there's
so,
beer and
yeah.
food trucks there, and a compilation of different local folks that come to perform there, and actually some national acts as well.
Yeah, and that's $5 as well. I mean, you see a theme. This is very good, inexpensive places to get music and get your music fix on. But what I do like about Salem After 5 is that they have a huge kids zone.
Mhm.
So the kids can go play while you listen to live music and eat and drink and just enjoy the evening. So that's fun. Yeah.
Holy moly! That was a lot, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, guess what? we're not done.
No.
There's more to come in another video where we talk about some other opportunities for you to see live music and other cultural things here in the Roanoke Valley.
Yeah, we just hit the tip of the iceberg, y'all. I mean, we have so many other venues to talk about, from Five Points Music Sanctuary to some cool restaurants that always have music, breweries, Floyd Country Store, all kinds of stuff, and festivals.
Yes.
We can't forget about festivals and events and some of the other really cool opportunities that are a little unique for you to check out live and local music. So stay tuned for our next video, and we hope you loved this one.